All right, so you ready to jump into the world of education?
Always.
Well, today's going to be a little different.
How so?
Well, we're talking education, yeah, but not the kind we grew up with, you know.
Oh, right. Things have changed quite a bit, actually.
It's like the pandemic threw this massive curveball,
Yeah.
and schools had to adapt like crazy almost overnight.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Based on all the research we've been looking at, this isn't just like going back to normal,
No, not at all. It's a whole new world, a whole new landscape.
which is kind of exciting, right? Like all these changes, they might actually open up opportunities we never even thought about before.
Absolutely. There's a lot of potential here.
Okay, so let's get into it.
It sounds good.
The research we're looking at today, it really digs into how the whole education system has evolved,
Mm-hmm.
and what students need to know to really excel, like right now.
Right now.
And I mean, one of the biggest changes right off the bat is,
Remote learning.
yeah, remote and hybrid learning. It's everywhere now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And while, some folks are itching to get back to that fully in-person thing,
Yeah, back to the classroom.
the research is showing that these hybrid models, they're probably here to stay.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting, though. The research is also saying that how well these models work, it really depends.
On what?
A bunch of things, actually, like the age of the students, what subjects they're learning, even if they have, like, decent internet and computers and stuff.
Makes sense. I mean, think about it, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to have, like, a Zoom meeting,
Right.
but trying to do a hands-on lab experiment,
Mm-hmm.
virtually, that's a whole other beast.
Exactly. And that's where digital literacy becomes super important.
Yeah, you're not just talking about knowing how to use a computer anymore, are you?
Nope. It's about navigating this whole digital world effectively, responsibly, like understanding it.
I was reading one of the studies that said that students who were actually taught, like, specific online research skills,
Mhm.
they were way less likely to fall for, fake news and stuff.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's
I-
like digital literacy is the new basic literacy,
Yeah.
Like back in the day, we all had to learn how to read and write.
Right.
Well, now we got to learn how to read the internet.
Read the internet. Interesting way to put it.
Think about all the skills you need to actually thrive online.
Yeah.
It's not just sending emails. It's knowing how to evaluate sources, work together effectively on these different platforms, even manage your online presence, professionally.
So it's almost like you need a whole new set of social skills, but for online.
That's a great way to put it. And this actually ties into another big shift that the research highlights.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Social emotional learning, SEL.
I know some people might hear that and think, hold on, shouldn't schools just focus on academics?
Right?
But the research is really clear. These, I guess you could call them soft skills, they're actually critical for success, like no matter what you do.
Absolutely. One study we were looking at, it found that schools with like strong SEL programs, they saw improvements not just in like the students' well-being, but their grades went up and even their graduation rates improved.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff.
Okay, so we've laid out all these changes. It's a lot to take in, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But let's get practical here. What does all this mean for students who are, like, right in the thick of it, trying to figure out this new world?
Well, the research points to a few key areas they should really focus on. And the first one, we've already touched on it, but it's digital competency.
Right, those tech tools.
Mastering those tools and having that critical eye for online information, that's what's going to set you apart.
Okay, so beyond the digital skills, what else?
Critical thinking and problem solving. Those are huge.
I mean, we've all had to solve problems, right?
Sure, but it's not enough to just passively absorb information anymore.
Oh, I see.
The students who can really analyze information, connect the dots, come up with creative solutions, those are the ones who are going to thrive.
I think back to, like, my own education, and it's kind of crazy how much emphasis there was on just memorizing stuff.
Right.
It feels like we're moving towards this model where it's more important to actually be able to use the knowledge, apply it, rather than just knowing facts.
Exactly. And with information changing all the time, adaptability and resilience, those are key.
Oh, yeah. You got to be able to roll with the punches.
Exactly. Think of it as learning how to learn.
Learning how to learn.
Yeah. The ability to, embrace new information, adjust to new situations, bounce back from setbacks.
Setbacks are going to happen.
Oh, they happen to everyone. But those are the skills that really make you future-proof.
That's a good point. It's almost like instead of seeing a challenge as a roadblock, you see it as a chance to grow,
Exactly. And then, of course, there's communication and collaboration. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Clear communication, it's essential in any setting, but especially in these online and hybrid learning environments.
Oh, totally. Imagine trying to do a group project, right?
Right.
But everyone's in different places.
Yeah.
Trying to coordinate, hit that deadline. Good communication is everything,
Couldn't agree more. And finally, we got to circle back to social emotional well-being.
right? Those soft skills.
Those skills, self-awareness, empathy, building relationships, they're not just nice to haves anymore. The research shows they're fundamental
For what?
for navigating challenges, building strong connections with people, and ultimately achieving your goals.
I like that. It's like we're finally acknowledging that students are, whole people, not just brains in jars.
Exactly. Nurturing that whole person is key. So, for everyone listening, wherever you are in your educational journey, think about this. What steps can you take, like today, to start building these skills?
That's a great question. I mean, it's pretty clear that the educational landscape has been totally reshaped.
Yeah, there's no going back.
But all this research is showing that this disruption, it might actually be paving the way for something much, much better.
I think so too. It's an exciting time to be a learner.
I agree. But, we've talked a lot about what students need to do. But what about the teachers and the schools? What's their role in all of this? How can they change and adapt to best support students in this new world?
Hmm, that's a great question.
Something to think about. This deep dive is just the beginning, right? Keep exploring, keep learning.
Definitely.
There's a whole world of education out there, and it's changing every day.
And we'll be here to help you navigate it.
See you next time.
Bye.